Hey, real quick before the video gets started, I designed this shirt. If you're interested in picking up one in large, extra large, or 2XL, check for the link in the description below. On to the video.
Welcome back to another Tech Junkie video. I've waited a little over a month to make this video. I didn't want to do a complete and total review until the newness of the truck had worn off. I did a pros and cons video where I detailed a few of the things that I loved, but I wanted to wait a full month before I did a complete and total review. I don't want the giddiness of buying my dream truck to cloud my judgment on everything that I liked about the truck. So now that we're a month in, I feel like I can give an honest and total assessment on and everything that I love about this truck. Now, there's not going to be any negativity in this video. I've pretty much already specified the things that I didn't like about the truck, and they're few and far between. This is going to be a positive video. The first thing I absolutely love about this truck, and I did detail this in the pros and cons video, so we're going to move through this one relatively quickly, is that Supercharger whine. Supercharger whine. It doesn't get any better than that, not to this point, not in my life. Every time I touch the gas and it whines, I just love it. I don't get tired of it. I don't think I'll ever get tired of it. Even if you're doing 35, the Supercharger whine kicks in and just puts a smile on your face. So that's the first thing. The second thing I love about this truck is launch control. I said before in a previous video that I had 3 different vehicles that had launch control and I never used them. This truck, the first time I ever used launch control was in this truck. So I love launch control. It gives you a power at your fingertips that I never thought I'd have in a vehicle before. Put it in launch control. Apply brake pressure. Launch enable. Apply full throttle. It's just an experience to behold. You'd have to do it for yourself to understand. The next thing I love about this truck is the storage space. Now, I'm a minimalist by nature. I don't like to keep a bunch of stuff in my truck, but when we go on road trips, especially when we go fishing, you need that space for your bait and all the other things that we carry with us fishing. This thing has 2 glove compartments, a center console that's as deep as I've ever seen. There's a storage bin underneath the floor mats in the back. There's just so many places that you can carry things with you when you're on the go if you want to stow something away, and that doesn't even include the bed of the truck. So there's plenty of storage space in this truck. This is one of those storage bins I was talking about. I don't normally like to have a lot of stuff in my car, but we've got our paperwork from the dealer, our drone batteries. I mean, this cubby hole here is deep. If you close this, close that, you can open just the top part. You've got more storage. As you can see there, I'm a minimalist. More storage. Storage place here. Glove compartment. Much more paperwork. Owner's manual. So the next thing that I love about this truck is Apple CarPlay. I can't even begin to explain that. That's probably my favorite feature of the truck, and that's not unique to this vehicle. But Apple CarPlay is a feature that I absolutely have to have in any car that I own. I'm a tech junkie, and my life revolves around my phone, and so I don't want to be messing with my phone when I'm driving. I don't want, when people call or people send me a text message, I don't want to have to mess with my phone to see what's going on. It's not safe. Apple CarPlay is essential to me. The 12.9-inch Uconnect screen features Apple CarPlay, so that's actually my favorite part about this or any other Dodge or Ram product that I've owned in the past few years. The navigation on this thing is way better than anything I've ever owned. You can your entire 12.9-inch screen control nav, or you can split it in half. That is an awesome feature to have. You can control your music, your podcasts, any kind of form of entertainment that you want in your car. This truck has, and by far the Apple CarPlay, the 12.9-inch Uconnect, that is my favorite feature, bar none. I can't put it any more plain than that. All right, so the infotainment system, like I mentioned, was my favorite part of this truck. I love the Apple CarPlay. can make it full screen. You can make it full screen here. You got your full screen nav. If you go back to CarPlay, you can put your music at the top. All right, so with that, you can put the Apple CarPlay and the nav up top, and then put your music at the bottom, use them both at the same time. I love that feature. You can control your media. You can control your media full screen. Control your climate here. You've got a bunch of different apps that you can use, including your performance pages. Control your mirror dimmer. See your backup camera. Of course, navigation. And this screen is customizable as well. You can change around you can change where you want your apps to be. You can choose, all kinds of different things with this screen. I love this, the 12.9-inch Uconnect screen. I know a lot of people are like, well, you bought a truck with a 702 horsepower motor and your favorite feature is the entertainment system. You're damn right it is. It's my favorite feature by far, and it has been in any of the vehicles that I've owned. My 2020 Bighorn had it, and I said that in that video. I love the 12.9-inch Uconnect with Apple CarPlay. Any vehicle that I will ever own, if it's available, will have to have Apple CarPlay if I'm still fortunate enough to have the ability to choose. The next thing that I love about this truck is also essential to me and my family. When we're all together, if we go on a fishing trip, we all have devices that we have to carry. Jess and I both have our phones. The kids have their phones. The little kids have their iPads. There are 6 charge ports and 2 power outlets in this truck. We can charge every single device that we have and then some when we take a trip out of town. Down here, you've got 4 charge ports here, and there are 4 more of just like this in the back. Hey, and there's another USB port. So that's 5 in the front, 4 in the back. So it's up to 9. That's essential because it keeps the kids entertained. They look forward to going on these trips, but they want their iPads and their cell phones to work. It keeps them entertained on the road. So I absolutely love the attention to detail with all of the chargers. There are 2 USB Type-C ports in the front, 2 standard USB ports. There's a power outlet in the center console. There's a power outlet behind the center console. 2 more USB ports behind the center console. It's just an awesome feature to have. This truck is full of all kinds of tech, and again, I'm a tech junkie, so that's very important to me and my family. The next thing I love about this truck is the dampening tailgate. My 2020 Bighorn also had the dampening tailgate, but my 2013 Ram 1500 did not. And if you open the tailgate and weren't careful, that heavy tailgate would just fall. And most people don't just let their tailgate fall, but there were plenty of times where I was distracted, tailgate just fell, and every time it felt like it was gonna just dent the bed of your truck or damage the tailgate. You don't have to worry about that with this truck. So the dampening tailgate, reach up, unlatch it, and it just falls on its own, just lightly and slowly. And then you can literally take 2 fingers, lift it up, close it back. It's that easy. The next thing I like about this truck is purely cosmetic. It's the meanest looking truck to me on the street, and I got the all black one. But one of the things that I like is it blends in. I don't get stopped as much. I don't get people blowing their horns as much as I thought. I don't get people that try to test me as much as I thought. I indicated that in the pros and cons video as a con. I don't like people trying to get attention on the street, revving their engine at me and all that stuff. This truck blends in pretty well. Only a few people have recognized it in traffic, so I do like that, and it still maintains its mean-looking demeanor. It's perfect for me. It suits my personality extremely well, so I do love this truck. I do love the all black. I wouldn't have any other color in this truck. I have seen other colors. I like the white one, I like the blue one, I like the red, but I probably wouldn't have paid as much as I paid for this truck for one of those. If I'm going to get exactly what I wanted in the color, and I did, so I absolutely love the all black, and I do find that it's the meanest looking truck on the street, especially at night. That's another. I love the way this truck looks at night. It just looks so mean. That's one of my favorite things about this truck. That's another thing that I have to say. If you crank this thing at night and you're standing 20 feet off in the distance, the stance and the way that it looks in the darkness with the snorkel lights and the headlights, it just looks so mean and evil in the dark, and I love that. I love the way this truck looks at night. About this truck that I love is the exhaust. A lot of people ask me, are you going to change the exhaust? Are you going to upgrade the exhaust? I don't feel there's a need to upgrade the exhaust. I'm not one of those guys who has to have their car extremely loud. No offense to anybody who likes the super loud exhausts. I like the low guttural sound. I think this truck sounds perfect. I once had a Rottweiler that he didn't ever bark. He was quiet all the time. If he didn't want you around, you would know it without him ever having to bark. I like this truck for the same reason. It has that low guttural growl. It's not extremely loud, but you know it's there. I would rather be, I'd rather be back in the cut, just minding my own business, and if you want to know that I'm there, I'll be there. But I don't want to make a big scene. I don't want to touch the gas and scare the shit out of people as they're driving, as they're pumping the gas and all the other stuff that happens. My shop is near a motorcycle dealership, and there's plenty of times where I'm going out in my car and somebody's taking off on a Harley or something, and it scares the shit out of me every time. So I don't need to be that guy. If you're that guy, that's more power to you. I just like a low profile. It's not quiet by any stretch of the imagination. It has that low guttural growl that I love, but it doesn't have to be super loud. So no, I'm not changing the exhaust, not cutting off my mid muffler or anything like that. I like the way it sounds. I like how quiet it is in the cabin, so I don't need to make it louder. Another thing that I love is this truck is four-wheel drive. Several years back, I had a 2013 Ram 1500, and it was two-wheel drive. And we got stuck on ice less than a mile from our house. It took us about 4 hours. To get up this hill, slipping and sliding and burning the tires, and we ended up having to have somebody tow us up the hill. I told Jess then that I would never own another two-wheel drive truck. It was pretty much useless at that point. The only thing we could do with it was haul the boat, and it did that well, but it couldn't get up the hill with the ice. I love that this truck is four-wheel drive, and I don't ever have to worry about those issues again. We don't get a lot of snow and ice here in North Carolina, but we get enough to where I'm glad that this is a four-wheel drive truck, and I don't have to worry about getting stuck on a hill near the house and have to depend on a Ford of all trucks to pull us up the hill, and that happened. So the last thing I can speak on with loving this truck, I like the step rails. I've seen some of the other ones that didn't have the same step rails as me. They had these little nubby rails that stick out the side that I don't know how I would step on that to get in the truck. Mine are big, bulky rails, and they're easy to step on, easy to get up into the truck, and they seem to be all metal. The step rails on my 2013 Ram 1500 they looked plastic, and after a couple of years they started to crack and deteriorate to the point where when I finally got rid of that truck, there was hardly anything left of the covers on them. So this truck has big, bulky metal step rails, and I love that. My 2020 1500 Bighorn didn't even have step rails, so I definitely appreciate the ease with which I can get in the truck now, especially if I'm trying to buckle the kid's seatbelt. Without the step rails, it would make it a lot harder to buckle the kids' seatbelts as high as this truck sits off the ground. So definitely step rails are a bonus. So love that about this truck as well. Now in the next video, I'm going to detail whether or not you should buy one of these trucks dealer made, which is where you just get one off the lot that the dealer chose the options, or whether or not you should have your own built and wait for it. I have a detailed list of reasons why I chose to go ahead and buy one off the lot versus having one built. And I have already filmed that video, so that one will be coming up in the next few days. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you get notified for all the videos. I appreciate everybody who watches the videos, and y'all take it easy.